Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. It's January 2nd and I am in my workshop starting out my new journal for 2021. Let me move this cardboard and I'll tell you what I was doing. So this journal was made for me by my dear friend Mary Johnson. She is the owner of Tidbits from the Attic. I'm going to link your channel. I love Mary's artwork, and I know I've mentioned this probably before, but the first time I saw Mary, it was on Instagram. I saw her profile page on Instagram and some of her photographs of artwork, and I just instantly thought I knew her. I loved her artwork, and I felt like maybe she was local to me and I had met her before. She felt like a kindred spirit. And I think, Mary, I think I even asked you, are you local? Anyway, we don't live close together, but I love her work, and she gifted me with this gorgeous, gorgeous journal, and I had said this was going to be my January 2021 journal, and here we are. So themes for this year and themes for this journal in particular, I am going to take every step that I can in 2021 to get the things out of my life that are not making me happy. And I want to be just, what is the word? Almost aggressive about not bringing things into my workshop or into my house that I won't use. I've talked about this before as well. If I see something at the thrift store and sometimes you find something and you just almost hug it close. You're just so delighted to have it. You want to wear it immediately. Now we don't. We take it home and wash it. And we usually don't hug it close. But what I mean is that when you find something that is destined to be yours, you want it, it feels like a treasure. And then sometimes I find things and they speak to me, but it's not like love at first sight. And I have talked myself into before. That doesn't sound grammatically correct either way. Buying something that I'm thinking, well, maybe if I did this with it, I would really, really use this a lot. No. If I have to go through that conversation with anything while I'm out shopping, it's just not for me, and I need to be more diligent about that. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of things over 2021. This is a process that I started mentally a while back, and even physically. I got rid of a lot of things through 2019. So let me quit rambling and show you. This is one of the images that I printed on the wrong side of the photo paper. A few days back, I did that by accident and ended up, so this is what it should have been printed on. Printed on this side, and it's, honestly, there are places where it's still not completely dry. The ink is still moving around. I tried a number of things, letting it air dry. I tried hairspray, and nothing has dried this ink. Somebody mentioned, and I'm sorry, I think your name starts with an A. Somebody mentioned trying the Krylon Workable Fixative. Now, I couldn't find Krylon, but I got this Grumbacher matte Workable Fixative. And I actually sprayed these two photos this morning. Oh, I need to research more. I've got ink all over my hands already this morning. It's still not dry. And maybe I haven't let this dry long enough. I need to research more about Grumbacher and Krylon and other workable finishes. This is when I sprayed it on, and it does seem to be drier on this. I think it's these areas of really heavy ink, and this is an inkjet printer, so I think that ink is just, I don't know if it's spraying onto the page, but it's not like a laser printer. And I don't know. I'm going to keep working with this. I want 2021 to also be a year where we try just everything that we want to try in 2021. My first big purchase was this Grumbacher matte Workable Fixative, and I'm going to be getting more into, the different pastels, charcoals, pencils. It says, when I read on the website, it did mention that I think this was originally started to help with gouache painting, and it says now, however, it's mostly used on dry finishes. So we're going to continue to learn about this. Let me tell you, let's move on from that though. What I started in this journal, my very first page here, I've got January 2021, let's start fresh. I'm already starting to throw things out this morning, and as fortune or fate would have it, I found a rusty washer in the parking lot on January 1, 2021. I found this yesterday when I was walking through the parking lot over at a shopping center in Durham, and I picked it up, put it in my bag, because I really want this year to focus on embracing what the universe sends to me. And you know, the universe sends us so many things, whether it's happy mail, whether it's things that we find, whether it is that one-of-a-kind item that you see in the thrift store and miraculously nobody else has grabbed it and it's exactly what you wanted or what you needed and didn't know you needed. So I definitely grabbed up this washer, and I have already placed it on the page. I used some old string here, and I have first rusty washer of 2021. New Hope Commons is the shopping center where I found that. You can see I went over this writing I had done with some of the Tim Holtz Distress crayons, so I went ahead and darkened that up a little bit. Let's do this. Is this something that runs when you get it wet? Doesn't seem to do that too much. So it's not like the, well, it is running some. But it's not like the, what am I trying to say? Like the pastel watercolor crayons, the watercolor crayons. So let's just, while we're at it, I love that this ink runs though, and I love that purple hue it puts in there. Running a little bit, not too much. That's not like the R2. So I used a fine point Sharpie here to write this. These little R2 roller ball pens from the Dollar Tree, 0.7 millimeters, these are some of my favorites because they definitely run, and you can see that ink already starting to run. You get 2 of these for $1. I use these constantly, all the time. So let's make a little birdie here, and then let's take some water, and part of it could be, it depends on what kind of paper you're using too. It looks like Mary has given me some good paper. It's not super light. It's going to be great to work on throughout this journal. I don't know if that's just regular printer paper or a little heavier, or sketch paper. No, it's heavier than sketch paper. Could be some sort of drawing paper, but it feels good. It's a nice quality. Sometimes though, paper absorbs ink so fast that it doesn't run much no matter what you're using. What else can I talk about? I have to get away from here because I've got some things I definitely want to do today, but I did want to get on here and start out the new year with some thoughts. Let's put a little black on there. I think it needs it. I started on this tag with my Rusty Hinge ink pad and didn't quite like it, so I added some of the peacock blue from Close to My Heart. We're going to try a lot of things this year. I have a lot of plans for myself and for the channel. This beautiful journal was made for me by my friend Mary at Tidbits from the Attic. She makes gorgeous journals. My goals for 2021 include taking many baby steps to create the life I want. This includes, it's not writing in some spots, getting rid of things that are not me and don't make me happy. Here's to 2021. So I'm going to put, let's make some hearts here. See if we can somehow. So we're actually sort of testing out this fixative as we go. This roller ball is not, it writes a little bit on the top of here, but then and then it stops. And look, is it still smearing the ink on the, I don't think so. But what we can do is come back with, now the Sharpie's not even writing on it. Let's take a heavier Sharpie. That's doing the trick. I like that. I like the black. What else do we want to do to this page before we leave? I do want to number the pages. So this is the first page, and that actually is for January 1st, which was yesterday. So let's take this little scrap of paper and put a 1 on it, and tear that. And now let me sew this onto the edge of that page. I'm going to turn the whole cover back. Mary, I love that this journal is flexible like this. It's awesome. Oh, and speaking of what the universe sent to me, my friend Jennifer on here as Jen's Artlandia gifted me with, I mean, I just can't even tell you. I was blown away. Some of the most beautiful inks, stamp pads. I can't wait to share those in 2021 in my journals and just testing them out, looking at, you know, what they do. And Jennifer, thank you so much. Jennifer also sent me another gorgeous bird book. And I'm so grateful. I can't thank you enough for that. So I want to bless others as well. I really do. I want to share and give away more things in 2021. All right, I'm going to get up from here, try to make some sense of editing this video and getting it on the channel. So Happy New Year to everyone. I will be back with, you know, everyday pages through my journal until this one is filled up. And yeah, we're going to test out this Grumbacher. We're going to figure out what it does and how it works. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.